Outside the AX15 of Ricky Cornwall. We move back into the NY42 of Scott Angus. On his outside row, the Mildura 69 of Daniel Druitt. Getting further down the field, the N11 of Wayne Ramsdale. On his outside, the HA36 of Todd Atkins. Rounding out the third and final row, Cameron Dyke in the N37. On his outside, the GV94 of Rachel Pratt. And rounding out the field is Nick Hill in the N25. Yellow lights be out next time. Drivers just getting the signal from the flag wavers. Green next time. So Kai Walters in the Australian #1 on the front row. Russell Felsavari on his outside. The second row, Brodie Christie and Brad Wicks. Wicks was second at Western Speedway Hamilton. Christie was third. And Brock Atkins has his work cut out for him inside fourth row. It's Walters and Felsavari wear green at Nyora. The VMPA Tritech Lubricant Series, 30 laps on the board. Walters leads into 1, 3 wide, Nelson up by the fence. Still Walters, down the back straight into 3 and 4. He takes the field. Christie is up into second. Brad Wicks in third, Felsavari back to 4. Atkins battles hard up the inside of Gerlach. Have a look at West in 5. He's putting pressure on Felsavari early. Atkins has made his way up 3 spots. Going by Gerlach. Have a look at Nelson on the outside. Spoke to him earlier. The only line that was going to work for that gear set was the top. Nelson's putting it up there. Still Walters. Christie and Wicks, nothing between the top 10. All cars bumper to bumper. Nelson and Cornwall side by side. Nelson on the top. Side by side into 1 they run. How good's that? The 2 Alexandra cars. It's a battle for about 7th and 8th. Nello hanging it up by the fence. So Walters.
Spin out in bottom 4, mate. Down the bottom, down the bottom.
Cars everywhere. Well spotted. Rachel Pratt going around. Lockie Fitzpatrick caught up in it as well.
Jeff Lowe was the start of it, mate. He looped it but got it round and got traction straight and drove up, but they all took evasion to dodge him. That's all that happened.
So unfortunately, that's exactly what can happen when the track starts to slicken off like this. The car's not going to handle exactly like it would have in the heat races. 6 now. Matt Gerlach in 7. Blackwell in 8. Wade McCarthy in 9. Matt Nelson in 10. Cornwall, Angus, Ramsdale, Atkins, Pratt, Fitzpatrick, and Hill. We're green with Kai Walters. The Australia 1 leads on the restart. Went green when he needed to in the middle of 3 and 4 and got a mighty fine start. So Walters leads us down the back straight away at Nyora Speedway. Brad Wicks is fast, isn't he? Look at him just pinned to the bottom. Any mistake by Christie and Wicks will be right there.
Angus pulls the car infield.
Then 42 retires early. His race will be over. Good to see we'll be able to keep it green. And Angus can keep that thing rolling onto the infield. Atkins is just starting to make his move on Graham West. The massive FGX Falcon compared to the red Tirana. That's the battle for 5. The top 3 have nearly stepped away. Russell Felsavari trying to close that gap, but it's not working. Still Walters, Christie and Wicks, nothing between them. Wicks up the inside, not enough. Atkins still trying to get by West. If Atkins isn't careful, Gerlach and Blackwell will have a fair crack at that spot for 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. About 10 laps into this one. Kai Walters leads still. Hasn't been too bothered by Brodie Christie tucked right in behind him. The duct tape front bumper aboard the AU Falcon. True Design Homes Australia 1. Still holding away Brodie Christie. Christie is hungry for the race lead. Up the inside, not enough. Tell you what, Brody Christie's getting quicker and quicker. He's got that groove perfect. Nailed to the bottom, the AX32. Wicks still trying to get by as well. Atkins on the inside of West. Tirana had to go the high line. Wasn't enough. Atkins slides through for 5. Lap traffic will start to play a part here really soon at Nyora Speedway, as Kyle Walters will come up to the back of Rachel Pratt in the GV94. About halfway in, we need another 2 or 3 laps. The leaders will catch Rachel Pratt, and this could be Brody Christie's time to strike. Kyle Walters is going to have to be perfect here. Straight around the outside with no real drama. Pratt rolls it around the bottom, and the top 5 get by easily as Rachel Pratt retires infield. We'll see if they catch Lockie Fitzpatrick soon as well, the next lap car in the field. It's not a lot of passing at the moment. Kyle Walters, fairly one lane. He's held that good line on the bottom and not let Christie have too much of a look. Wicks is right in there as well. Atkins trying to make his way and join that top 3 battle, but he's going to have to get by Felsavari for 4, and that's going to be no mean feat. Walters will see Fitzpatrick very soon. Pratt wasn't too much of a problem for them, but Fitzpatrick right on the good line. He moves it up high and will probably let them go by a little bit easier. That's the young gun of Lockie Fitzpatrick in the GV11. Rachel Pratt, as we mentioned earlier, retiring infield with car dramas. Nelson into the side of West. That was nearly huge into 1. So Walters still side by side with Fitzpatrick. That's lap traffic. Walters trying to get by now. Fitzpatrick gives up the good line and lets the leaders on through. Great sportsmanship, Lockie Fitzpatrick. Atkins is side by side with Felsavari. Into 3 and 4. Door to door, bumper to bumper on the main straight. Atkins right there. Felsavari in the groove. Slide job. Atkins gets the pass done. Brock Atkins up into P4. Lap traffic is everywhere. Kyle Walters trying to get by Nick Hill. Does so now. He's got Wayne Ramsdale next. Brody Christie still in second. Brad Wicks nearly made the move. Cars everywhere in 1 and 2. Trying to get by Lockie Fitzpatrick is Felsavari and Gerlach. Walters still trying to get by Ramsdale as well. Walters has got Christie all over him. He's going to need to get by Ramsdale really soon.
Damage
and we're
to
going to
the
go
hill car
yellow.
infield. Damage to the infield.
Yep, Nick Hill front end is gone in that car. Cleaned up the infield tyre, and we're yellow with not many left. So Kyle Walters is going to have open track in front of him and will be very, very hard to beat from here. That's what remains of the VMPA field, where green with Kyle Walters. The Australia 1 True Design Ohms leads us into 1. Got a good jump over Brody Christie and Brad Wicks. Brad Wicks on the inside. Wasn't enough coming off turn 2. Thought he was going to have a look and couldn't. White flag in the hands of the flag waver. Possibly next time. Kyle Walters leads the AU Falcon. Brad Wicks up the inside for second. Not enough. Christie being just skipped out of that bottom line. And it's given Brad Wicks a look on the inside. Just a few left from this 30-lap A-main. Kyle Walters in the perfect spot on the racetrack, not leaving a single lane above or below him. Brody Christie in the AX32. Peppering away has not been enough. Brad Wicks still looks quick in 3. It's the Bendigo 17. He's been able to keep that car on the low line better than Christie. Atkins has fallen away just a little bit in 4th place. A bit of a gap open up between 3 and 4. Battle on further back between Wayne Ramsdale and Ricky Cornwall as well. Kai Walters leads us down the back straightaway here at Nyora Speedway. Brodie Christie closing the gap. Brad Wick still there. Throw a net over the top three. Nothing in it. This is why we love modified sedans. This is why we are the VMPA series. Kai Walters, Brodie Christie, Brad Wicks. What a battle out in front. Neither car giving an inch of room. Been this way since the opening lap, and we're still here 26 laps later. The True Design Homes Australia 1 AU Falcon leads Brodie Christie and Brad Wicks. Brock Atkins in 4. Blackwell slides underneath Felsavari. Just a little bit of a panel rub on the way through. Robbins racing, and he gets on his way. Gerlach up the inside of Nelson as well. Have a look at Christie up the inside. Closing laps, bit of a panel rub there. Not too much in it. This is sedan racing. Christie trying to show his nose. The side skirt's hanging off Walters. This is going to come down to the line huge. Walters still leads. Christie right in there behind him, getting impatient now. Wicks is going to make the most of it. He's going to look at that inside lane open up and try and put the Bendigo 17 in there. Looks like white flag next time. Nose to tail, nose to tail. Warning flag coming out for Christie. 1 to run. Through 1 and 2 they go. Walters, Christie, Wicks, nothing in it. Walters leads into 3 and 4. He's just got to keep it on the bottom. Christie right there, Wicks right there. Into the rear quarter panel, checkered flag, Kai Walters. Brodie Christie, Brad Wicks, Brock Atkins. What a race, Nyora. The Australia 1 gets the win, and he's pumped with that. His first feature race win of the 2019-20 VMPA Tritech Lubricant Series, Kai Walters.
Got a spinner in corner 2, mate.
That's Matt Nelson. Good to see Brodie Christie and Brad Wicks both pull up and give Kai Walters the thumbs up. A cracking drive, not much left of the front bumper on that car. Folks, as he rolls around, give him a round of applause. It's been a long night here at Nyora Speedway, but it's all paid off for the Australia 1. Kai Walters puts on a bit of a show. Todd Atkins pulling up on the main stretch here as well. What a drive, Kai Walters. Brodie Christie threw everything at him, as did Brad Wicks. Brock Atkins made his way from P8 up into 4 as well. Hands together for him, ladies and gentlemen. Kai Walters, the Australia 1, gets series round 3 win here tonight at Nyora Speedway. It's been a cracking night here for the Modified Sedans, the Victorian Modified Promotions Association. Just want to thank on the behalf of all the VMPA, thank True Design Homes for sponsoring the pole shuffle, which inevitably didn't end up running tonight. Blackwell Race Engines, Pakenham Plumbing Services, Adam Holt Industries, Elite Shock Services, Highline Racewear, Higgs Contracting, Speedway Sedans Australia, and of course our series sponsor, Tritech Lubricants. Been a massive night of racing. Boys, back over to you. I'm Liam Orger.